Hello, everyone. We're here. We're talking about Sticky Wiki. I don't know what that is, but Taylor was going to
either, actually.
share.
So
It's a racing drinking game.
It's like Caerwyn Marts. The best.
Taylor invited us to
game.
take a quiz on our Sticky Wiki, and we're all confused about whether or not we need to email HR.
If you haven't played Caerwyn Marts, next year at Gen Con we will play. It's gonna be a great time. Hello everyone, welcome back. We're back with more of this game, Fabula Ultima.
No way.
What are we doing? Oh yeah, okay. So we got spawners. You should check those out. They'll be in the chat.
Hey,
Go look that
guys.
up. Man, I'm not prepared, and also the hard seltzer that I grabbed before this stream is 9%, and I did not realize that it was 9%. So I'm feeling good.
That
Nice.
seltzer's got a degree.
Yeah, it does, right? Spawners, check them out. They're over there. They're linked. Boners, you got us. What more do you need? Patreon. We have a Patreon. Go check it out. You can sign up for stuff. We got, yeah. We got all the stuff there. You can come do cool things with that. You can help decide an enemy for this. Let me know which anime villain or like JRPG villain you'd love to see in a episode of Fabula Ultima, and I will fit them into the world somehow. And then also we have Discord. That's the name of that thing. You can come hang out with us if you like this chat that we got going on here. If you like hanging out with us, you can come chat there. We also share sometimes like screenshots and stuff from the games or like the things that we're working with in there as we're playing. So it's a good place to be in addition to Twitch chat. Whew, okay. Anything else to cover? Is there anything exciting? Oh, we will not be here next week. I'll throw that off the top of my head. I don't know what's going to be in place of it, but I will be gone next week. So we will be coming back the week after that with Fabula Ultima. I'll remind everyone at the top of the end of the show too. But yes, that will be next week. Yeah. Anything else? Anybody got anything? No, nothing.
It's rock and roll.
So when I was playing Sticky Wiki,
Jesus.
How do you mute someone?
You know, you've done that to
I-
Haley multiple
I do it a
times.
lot. I really like to kick people, though. That's the funny thing.
Yeah, it's true. That's the real funny thing. But then that screws up the layout. And
Yeah, exactly. Okay, well, then, let me... When last we left off, you all spent a little bit of time down at the docks, finished up some infiltration, found your, I'll say new friend, Masura, on behalf of your other new friend, Y. Also helped recover a box with the symbol of the magician on the cover that I believe they told you was full of arcanium that they needed to get back to the college. If they didn't tell you that, that's what it was full of. It was full of arcanium that they needed to get
refined
back to the college.
arcanium.
Refined, yes.
fine, yes.
That sweet, sweet arcanium.
Yes.
It's like a bump of arcanium.
It's easier if you put it on the lips or on the gums. But anyway, you all made your way back to the barge ride in, settled in, talked a little bit about all of the goings on. I believe you talked a little bit about Fiona's extracurricular activities and or lack thereof. And then I believe decided that you were going to be in the morning on your way to find Y and get your reward of a promised 30,000 pence.
An insane
each, right?
number. Yeah.
Truly an insane
Yeah.
amount of money.
I don't. And that was 30 trust pence it. each.
No, that was
know.
one. That was
It
that was
never-
total.
It was
to be fair.
Shush.
It was total. I remember.
But
Just doing it for you, Miss Buttersby.
Help out the kitchen before bed.
Yeah, I
Once
think-
again.
I think before we roll into the next day, we're ending out the night with any a rest scene in general for Fabula Ultima, which means that if you would like to create a new bond, there's like lots of options of things that you can do in this time. Let me go find the rest rules real quick and pull those up. But yes, we are into a rest scene. End of the night. You've accomplished your quest mission task of finding Masura, getting her out, and before you head to Y in the morning, you have a little bit of a downtime in the inn here. What would y'all like to do?
Dance party, because this music is bumping.
It's so good.
This music is always really good.
Is there music? Oh yes, there is.
You always can do it at 0.
Yeah, because Billy has it so loud.
Fucking Billy.
I'm trying to figure out what bond to either add, because we can add a bond wholesale, or we can add an emotion to a bond. I think that, like, we've established that Ruin and Saoirse have worked before, but I think that this is the first time that we've worked maybe prolonged together. Like we've like ships in the night kind of like worked together on little stuff before. So I think that seeing Saoirse capable in all of these different contexts, I think I'm gonna add loyalty to this bond,
Cute.
which is hilarious because I love, just to highlight this amazing system, I love that the bonds have like the pairs of emotions, and the two current active ones are loyalty and hatred. So like, I do not like her, but fuck it, I will make sure that she stays alive.
I will die for her.
I will die for
Don't
her,
fucking
but
stand
I
there.
will hate.
But I'll die for
I
her.
will haunt the shit out of her, but I will die for her.
You know what's really, really funny? When I rolled that fumble, if I was with anyone else but Ruan, I would have kept the fumble because the dice tell the story.
You want to
the
impress.
Fact that, the fact that Saoirse admires Ruan and wants to like impress him and prove that she's not useless, it's the only reason.
Amazing.
Shit. I would really like to add a bond because I don't have any with my friends right now. Fiona needs friends. Outside of school. I am tempted and I lost the sheet and everything on it, so that was me not doing that during tech prep. What's the hold on. If anybody else wants to go before me, I'm taking a minute because I'm being slow, so don't mind me.
No, Saoirse's not going to invoke any other bonds. Or can I add? Saoirse already has admiration for Ruan.
You don't have to do anything. This
You
is
don't
just an
have to,
opportunity
yeah.
To add bonds if you think it fits narratively. I know, Haley, you had talked about Teddy potentially getting a bond with Steel Kings of some kind.
Yes. She's going to do the bond of mistrust with the Steel Kings as to, like, just solidify that, you know, they're an entity that she exists within, but she does not believe them. Does not, like, there's only so much that you can be, like, you know, polite on the outside before you know that there's shitty stuff going on the inside.
She's sipping the Kool-Aid.
Yes, exactly.
Standing next to that Steel King jungle juice.
Yeah.
It's
And so
Jones juice
we're
over here,
gonna go
Matt.
with Steel
It's
Kings
what juice?
mistrust.
Jones juice. Very dark joke.
Yes, I got it. Yep,
I hate that.
I'm in it now.
I'm allowed to make that joke.
And
I'm
I-
used from Indiana.
And I would like to spend the rest of my night before bed in the kitchens again.
Okay.
She's a hard worker, she is.
Give me. Let's just do a flat D20 roll.
Takes you 17 chops to cut up that steak.
Yeah, 16, fuck.
Okay.
This poor carrot.
No, you're good. Yeah, this is a different D20 roll than the punching someone in the
Yeah.
face roll.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's good. I'm adding a new clock in the Watchtower link if anybody wants to see it. But we're gonna move this. This is gonna
We
be
need
a
a new
long-
link to it.
It should be the same one. It should just open.
I see it. It's in there. Teddy's.
We're
don't
gonna
know.
do there.
Ted-
We're just gonna do Teddy.
Okay.
Eddie's
help.
kitchen help.
And then kitchen help. And that's one tick on the kitchen help. This is I'm experimenting with something new here. I'll actually go ahead and just make one for everybody. But we're gonna have RP world clocks. This is I will tell you, directly stealing this idea from Citizen Sleeper, which is a great video game. If no one's played it, you should definitely play Citizen Sleeper. But there's this idea of like things that you fill the clock for, and like when they fill, the world changes. And so every
Oh, that's
time
cool.
Teddy helps in the kitchen, we're ticking one time closer to filling the kitchen help clock.
I love that. And I'm going to bed.
We're actually building Barge Ride In's reputation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're gonna get that. Was it Michelin
Every
star?
night it's been a little bit busier.
Yeah, no, you know what? I will. I'll say that, like, yeah, word seems to have gotten out that the Barge Right maybe has a new chef, and there are more people tonight than the night before.
Yay.
That's exciting.
What else is everyone doing?
I found my sheet. So I'm thinking, because she's so infatuated with Ruin's magic of just this like enigma shadowy sort of thing from like God knows what, I would like to invoke a bond with Ruin for admiration, because she is very
There's way too many people
impressed.
admiring me.
She's very impressed at how he's been able to like manipulate the shadows and stuff, and it's just this vessel of magic she's just completely clueless about, and it's something worth studying and she's very intrigued by. So
Cool.
except I love senpai. We were talking a lot about anime before that.
We fully weave out and tech check me.
Notice me, senpai. Woo.
Ara, ara.
So she
Yeah,
wants a
yeah,
bond of admiration for Ruin.
Nice.
That's it for her.
Okay. Anything else anyone's doing before bed and
Bedtime.
the next morning?
Nope.
All right.
I wrote in my journal about how excited I am for initiation.
Does this journal start before Teddy time traveled? Like, did you bring this journal with you, or has Teddy started a new journal since finding herself in the future?
I think she started a new journal. I don't think she journaled before.
It's a new phase of her life. I get it, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool. All right, that's good to know. That might come back at some point.
She wants to make sure that this part of the life isn't erased if whatever happens for the
yeah.
future past.
It'll just be a timeline that never
For her
was.
future past.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Teddy's of future past.
Mm-hmm.
Buttersbees of I don't know.
Miss
Of
Buttersby,
beans
the last
and butter.
stand.
Yeah. Buttersby origins. Her going off to feudal Japan and becoming a samurai for a little bit before she gets her adamantine skeleton.
Fuck.
Oh.
And then followed after that Buttersby, like Logan. Anyway.
Theodora.
Marvel, if you don't get on this shit, I'm gonna be very upset.
There's a
And we think
younger
that after Theodora,
male-
she's never coming back. And
Yeah.
then,
till you're 90.
yeah.
All right. Anyway, yes, you all find your way to your room. Where are you? We haven't really covered. What is the sleeping situation of the party? Are we Vingaliing it up?
There's
Or-
no way.
I still have my vibrating bed, so it's mine. Don't you remember?
I
Yes.
forgot. That's right. You
I've
did get
forgotten.
the like the premium
Yeah.
suite.
You
Yeah.
got-
Yeah, I
Okay.
did.
That's right.
Taylor, did you actually forget?
No, yeah, I have.
Yeah, that was that's an episode 1 joke, I think. That was
Yeah, like it's ringing a bell, but
yeah, I
it's,
think we've got
it's
our
not
own
very
room.
loud.
I used
We
the
do have our own
Fabula point.
rooms.
My first Fabula point in this whole
Yeah.
game was me asking for a vibrating bed in the lover's suite since
Yeah.
it's so small. It's
They've got the one just
it.
in case, but they rent it out to random schmucks.
like me.
Oh, take it.
The real caveat is that if someone shows up asking for it as well, you have to be the third for that couple. That's how it works.
There is a chair.
Yeah, that room is given out on the guarantee that other people will arrive if they ask for it. It's not private. Like,
My
Great,
they
so I'm
will
into
arrive.
voyeurism now.
it's just
God
an
damn it.
open door policy. There's a pineapple on that door.
upside down.
Upside down pineapple.
All right. Yeah, you all.
I didn't think I needed to specify.
You did. Otherwise, it's just SpongeBob's room.
Yeah.
SpongeBob's room's inside a pineapple.
It's true,
It's not labeled
Swinger,
with a pineapple.
as we all know.
That's what I know.
That's
It's not
just
upside
canon.
down. I thought
This
you
is
just
not-
said you needed to specify this.
We are.
Anyway,
Gotcha.
you all wake up the next morning.
Anyway,
Moving on.
Is that
yeah,
morning.
next morning
That's
arrives.
HP and MP.
Yep,
Mhm.
that's a full rest. So yeah, you'll be
Yay.
healed up.
Oh, what was that guy's name? It was like Yasin. We heard his real name.
We did.
that-
Yes. Hold on.
That woman said it. I want to just come in swinging with that name.
Yeah. I really did not transcribe my notes properly.
No, I
Fuck
didn't
me.
either.
Yeah, but can any
My
of you
notes
remember?
are-
This is the question. Can any of you remember what she said?
Yusuf.
Yusuf
Fucking
sounds right.
Cat Stevens
Yep.
in this world.
It was something like that.
It was-
Yusuf.
Not time
It was a
to make
two-syllable. It was a two-syllable
Yeah, it was
thing.
two-syllable thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just relax.
I may not
take it easy.
have caught it.
Yuffie?
I may have been writing my own notes
Yeah,
when that was said
Yuffie,
because
yeah.
I
It was
had
actually-
no idea.
It was a what?
No, it wasn't. It started with a
Chelsea-
yeah.
He's
Chelsea,
looking
the
for the One Piece.
Yeah. Did you see the baseball player that wears like the One Piece sneakers and like just the absolute amazingness that is watching like very old white dudes that have no idea what the fuck this is having to explain this fandom.
Amazing.
This is watches this show called One Piece and he's got Luffy the Straw Hat Pirate.
Oh,
Go
no.
find it.
Amazing.
It's a good clip.
That's
it's
great.
a real good
I
clip.
would
Worlds
pay a
collide.
lot of money to watch Joe Madden talk about anime. Can you imagine? Incredible.
would
Just
love it.
honestly, fucking narrate anime. Like, tell me what's
Mhm.
like he does for football games, but just for anime, I'm in. Joe
The
Madden, if you're
JJK thing
watching,
where if they explain the move, it gets better. I want him to explain. He is the new
Yes.
voiceover narrator for every anime ever. He explains all the moves and the powers.
And it looks
Oh my
like,
god, here is Senbon Sakura Kage Yoshi.
I'm so in, and this might come back.
That was painful.
All right. But yes, you all wake up the next
Do
morning.
not dishonor
You all
Senbon Sakura like that.
get yourself some breakfast. You know, start your day calmly. Nothing. Nobody is looking for you. There's no Steel Kings, on the lookout trying to find anybody. It seems like you've gotten away with this.
We didn't get Steel King Nazgul in the night.
No.
What would you like to do, though?
I enjoy a delicious breakfast.
hmm And then wise sundry goods, right? Just going to get our money.
Yes. I'm still rather hesitant though at the idea that it was such a large price tag for this.
That's why we got full bellies and sharp axes. What are you gonna do? If it's a trap, it's a trap. We deal with it.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
And
We'll figure it out once we
honestly,
get there.
honestly,
you can't really put a friendship on the price of emotion. No, you can't. Wait, what did I just
You
say?
can't put a friendship on the price of.
You said, I'm pretty sure you were gonna say you can't put a friendship on the price of emotions. I think what you were going for was
No,
you can't put a
yeah.
price on friendship.
Yeah.
hmm
I like you can't put a friendship on the price of emotions. That's a pretty good. That
Merch
sounds
idea.
wise.
Can we put on a
There's something
t-shirt?
there.
New merch.
New merch. Just on a t-shirt or a mug.
And also, the more expensive a job is for something as simple as helping out a friend, that just goes to show how valuable that friend is to that person.
We could always not mention how easy it actually was for us to begin with, and that way the amount of money does not come through as undeserved.
No, it was contractual. He said 30,000.
Can you?
Alright, let's
someone
go.
who takes good notes remind me? Did Yosi? Which is his name. If you.
There it is.
There it is. You keep doing
yes.
it, and we just had
It's
to
fine.
wait.
He's going to tell you what that name is today, and I just keep reading it a little too early. Did he tell you who was at the docks? Did he mention the Steel Kings? I can't remember.
No, he said
No.
they were
Oh,
under
wait.
new management.
Okay.
That's all he
Yeah.
said.
I was pretty sure. I just needed to double check my notes. I'm working off 2 sets of notes, which are things that I wrote like 3 years ago and things that I wrote like a month ago. So I have to make sure that they are like in line with each other. But we're good.
Mhm.
Hold on. Here we go. Whiteout gave us job papers. Friend is missing at the South Docks. Gave us the maps. She got in trouble at the docks. Was investigating a new criminal organization. The Alley Sharks and the Thalamanes were the top gang. He was left a note saying, if I go missing, stay away.
Okay, cool. So yeah,
New
make your
criminal
way
organization.
to, I think in the stack of papers that you were given by Y, the information as to where to meet him for your payment was included. So you make your way that direction. It takes a little bit of time. Yes, it is in the upper boroughs. It takes a little bit of time to get over that direction. You are currently near the northern docks, and I believe the upper boroughs are kind of on the other side of the city, basically. So there's a train that you can ride. It takes you a little bit of time to get there. No problems there, though.
Be careful getting on.
Mind your step. Please stand. No, what is it?
Mind
Please
the gap.
stand behind the yellow line.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please. I'm gonna be in New York. That's the New York subway line. I'm gonna
That
be
is
there
the
next
New
week.
York
That's where I'm
subway,
gonna be. So yes, there we go. Yes, you are at the North Docks. There's actually 2 upper boroughs technically. The one that you are headed towards is the one on the other side of the city, on the left, westmost side of the city. So as you head there, it's a pretty clear day. Everything seems to be pretty good. Rolling up, you find the shop. It does say Y's Sundry Goods on it, with a very stylized Y. It looks, wait, what's the way to put this? It looks nicely concealed. It doesn't look like boarded up, but it looks like a, the windows are like into, very heavy blinds. You can't really like look inside the shop and see what's inside. And on the door, there is a small sign in very nice calligraphied, like in gold inlay that says by appointment only.
Fancy.
We don't have an appointment, but I mean, we kind of do. I'll
We
just
do. This counts.
I'll knock.
So as you knock, man, I didn't do my research. I can't remember what Y's voice was, but whatever.
It's whatever this sounds like.
Yes, it's whatever the voice is now. He's enigmatic and mysterious. Who knows what his real voice sounds like?
We don't even know his real name.
you still don't know his real name. You know one of his names, maybe.
Ooh.
As you knock, the door sort of like swings open on its own, a little bit of magic kind of wafting off of it. Oh, come in.
All right.
Skip straight in. All the confidence in the world.
Definitely like looking around, like what's in here, like.
Yeah. So
Miss Buttersby's feeling a bit shook from that train ride.
Oh, no. Grabbing the counters and stuff.
So inside, it's kind of what you'd expect from a store that is a by appointment only sundry goods store. Inside are various artifacts and interesting pieces of art and like weaponry, but like throughout the ages. If anybody is a history buff of Caerwyn, you recognize various ages of like Caerwyn development. There's probably some stuff actually, yeah, Teddy, like you see some like fashion pieces. There's like various dresses and stuff and like suits and things like that, but like things from the time period that Teddy is from, and prior to that as well. This seems to be sort of just like a collection of
I pick up a
history.
dress. I'm like, someone donated my dress. Where did you get this? This is
It
mine.
still has your initials embroidered into the collar.
I wore this to my coming out gala.
Yeah, T. Buttersby just like stitched on the inside. Ah!
Well, that's absolutely
What are you
canon now.
doing
There
with
is
this?
100% a dress that has your name on it.
Yes. Where did you get this?
Oh,
Yosi, explain yourself.
that was a donation of from someone.
Someone. Who?
Who? I don't know. I could check the ledger if you'd like.
Okay, please do. And I just grab the dress and I just hold it in my arms and I follow along with the rest of wherever they're going.
So yeah, he leads you back to sort of like the business area of this room. You can see he's got like a couple chests and like places for gold and you know his like money for the day basically. Well, I heard from Masura. It seems as though you've successfully helped her and gotten her out, which was the more important thing. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome.
You're very welcome.
I can look at that ledger if you'd like. And he pulls out this big book and he flips back like pretty far into the book. Looks like this was part of an estate sale from around 50 years ago. This shop has been in my family for a while, but yeah, just looks like an estate sale.
What was the name of the estate there, please, dearie?
It's the Buttersby estate.
Oh, God. Okay.
I have to switch my headphone battery. I will not be able to hear anyone for 30 seconds.
Uh-oh.
Vamp for 30 seconds.
I cannot believe that you would have access to this dress. It's mine. I cannot believe you would give it away. Unbelievable.
I was gonna say, so Sticky Wicky is a drinking race
No!
game.
What are you doing? Yes, stop her, mute her.
Everybody loves a sticky wicket.
Oh my god.
All right.
No.
I can hear you all. My headphones are not going to
That was much less than 30 seconds.
Yeah, it was way faster than I thought. I would never know for sure how long it's going to take me to like unscrew the cap and put the battery in. But yes. So yes, that's a little bit. Yeah, he gives you a little bit of information.
Beautiful. I fold it up in my hand like someone that's grabbing a dress at a shopping center.
Rowan is curious, but is like he's not gonna be nosy curious, but he's just like taking in the style of like how it would have been worn and like just like trying to like fill in the gaps of like who is this out of time person.
It's a very pretty dress. It's blue, I think. Blue and silver, like Cinderella's dress. It's got off the shoulder parts, but obviously it's a lot slimmer than what it would be with all of like the cages underneath, because
Yeah.
obviously it doesn't have all the extra bits and pieces. It's just the skirt and the top. So
Doesn't have
So it's
all
like
the
mermaid, or is it
bodice.
A-frame, or?
no, ball gown.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but it doesn't obviously poof out like that because there's no pettiskirts and the
So it just it
it
falls
just
out
obviously falls out. Yeah.
in a large.
Just
lots of
it just
tulle.
kind of that's what I'm saying, because there's no bottom bits to it at all. So it's literally right now it just falls straight down, but the dress
Naked from the
is a
waist
ball
down.
gown.
That's what I had that when you said it was. I was like, oh, okay, so it's just
No,
a shirt.
The part of the dress that you see, like when you look at like Beauty or Cinderella, like that outer
Yes.
part of the dress, it's like a pillowcase. It just goes on
It's a- yes,
top of
exactly.
all this other stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Teddy just
it's just the top cover. It's the cover that goes over the top of all the tulle and petticoats and the cages that go underneath and the corset and all that kind of stuff. That none of that's there. It's just the outer part.
Teddy just Pooh Bearing it to the parties. Yeah. Yes, you have your dress. Yosi is like, oh, please keep that as part of your payment. Curious.
Yes, I was going to keep it, but that's so cool. Thank you. I appreciate.
So, have you any idea who might be the new management of the Southern Docks?
Yes, we absolutely do.
Mm-hmm.
In some ways, well, I guess none of us
I'd
have
like
been
to finish our
initiated yet. I'm
first
not going back.
transaction.
Oh yeah. Do we have the pence? The payment.
Oh,
And then we're able to move on to extra
business?
information. Correct?
All right,
Mhm.
business. Sure. So, I am sorry to say,
Giving
I
out
am
free information? This girl's gonna make money.
a bit low on coin at the moment.
Aye.
However, I might have something that might interest a group such as yourself. And he reaches into a big chest. He pulls out a big milk crate box of papers and kind of ruffles through, and he pulls out.
Is there an airship in there?
An airship.
Fair warning, I don't look good in blue, so you better.
It's all dresses. It's all that dress. We've replicated it. We've started a whole.
Well, never mind then. Let me have a look.
And he pulls out a larger piece of paper rolled up and kind of tied off with some twine. He puts the boxes back. He said, I recently came into possession of the deed to a small building not far from here called the Wyvern. It's an old tavern. Well, its last use was as a tavern. It's on the west side of the city. I personally don't have time to take care of the old building, but it piqued my interest. If you're interested, I would be happy to pay you with this, and perhaps you could get the old place up and running again.
What's the building worth?
Roughly the same amount that I offered to pay you. I do admit to a bit of deception. I really needed your help, and I was hoping that, we would be able to come to some agreement on price.
My deduction was
Contract.
correct.
It's right there.
To be
It's
fair, you didn't ever sign anything.
underlined.
It's underlined.
Yeah, that is true. We did not sign anything. You wouldn't happen to have any cash at all to help us with overheads of this new building? Some sort of
I could,
something to help us get started.
I could definitely divvy out a little bit of pence, help for some of that kind of stuff, and of course, more than happy to connect you with any of my resources. I've got a number of people who owe me favors and friends who would be more than willing to help you get the old place running.
Do I know anything about the Wyvern from when it was in business?
No.
Okay.
Where is it located?
It's actually only a few blocks from where you are right now. It is not far.
From where
It's
we are
over
now, or from the
Mhm.
barge right?
Where you are now. It is in the artisan blocks, which is
Okay,
where you
cool.
went shopping for all of the food that you bought for the docks. So
I feel so sorry for all the current taverns there.
you, I guess, give me an insight check, Matt.
Okay. A 9.
Okay. No, you don't really have like any recollection of this bar. It definitely, I think from that, like, it definitely wasn't like a booming tavern that everyone was talking about the last time you were here. And given the fact that it's like now owned by this random
Derelict
person, likely was not like super successful. But yeah, you don't know much about why.
I mean, oh man, property ownership's a little bit of a whole thing. Wouldn't be bad to have a place to crash permanently, but
I am quite experienced in managing estates, if that is the worry.
perfect.
Wouldn't
Yeah,
have to worry about a thing.
great. Now I'm there.
Yeah, just coins handed over at the end of the month, you'd be fine. And to you, by the way.
Wait, I'm
Receipt.
paying you? Oh,
No,
okay, yeah, okay, yeah.
What?
You're more than welcome to
But Miss
try to-
Buttersby's just gonna create an empire where you guys have no idea what she's actually doing, and all she does is at the end of the month she hands you coin.
Ruin is the easiest to appease. Just
Ruin, we have to cook. Ruin.
what the fuck are we cooking? I don't know.
We do have to cook.
Yossi does say, like, you are more than welcome to attempt to sell the building as well if you'd like. Though it should be worth about the amount that I promised, although selling a building does take a little bit of extra time. I do apologize for the little bit of deception and putting the burden of acquiring the pens on you if you were to sell. It's a great
We'll,
building, though.
make it
I
up
believe.
to us. You'll make it up to us. It's not. I have no issues about that.
Yeah, maybe it's just sort of a like, hey, payment in lieu of, and oh yeah, favor, that kind of thing.
Of course, I am. I deal frequently in the business of favors. Happy to help however I can and pass off your favors.
I'm gonna
to
look
anyone
through
who
this
can help.
ledger for any more Buttersby estate.
Buttersby estate sale items. I'm gonna decorate the wyvern and all of my old shit that's new shit.
It's gonna be vintage.
Yeah, it's vintage.
Oh
Mhm.
my god. Vintage, I love it. That is the ugliest skirt I have ever seen in my entire life.
Oh my god. My
Turns out
journal's
I am my
actually
own
a
West
bird
bully.
book.
You are, of course, welcome to tour the building beforehand. I'm more than. Yeah, I'll give you the keys, and then we can, decide if that is an appropriate payment.
That's a good idea. Because yeah, if it's got like a massive hole in the floor, that's probably not great.
This is gonna be one of those things where like you are easily able to say no because you haven't seen it, and then as soon as you see it, you're like, uh-oh, I love it, and now I
I'm
can't.
invested.
Oh no.
This is the Caerwyn House Hunters edition.
It really is.
Yeah.
It's going to cost more than it's worth to repair it, but you're so set on it.
I'm a homeless vagabond. She's from out of time. She's a college student, and she's an unemployed ninja. Our budget is around 3 million pence.
I would watch this show.
I would watch this show.
Thought I would
That's
felt
good,
attacked,
because
but I'm
we're
actually
sure
happy
right
with that.
now.
We're
Let's
gonna
go.
need 10 times the closet space. Yes, so he hands you the key, and kind of points you in the direction of the wyvern.
While this whole discussion is going on, he said he dabbled in magical artifacts and everything.
was. I was hoping.
What does he have on the shelves or on display or?
Give me an insight roll for like appraisal, essentially.
10. Oh, 19.
Holy
Damn
shit!
it.
Fuck is your insight? That's insane.
No, sorry. You said insight.
Insight,
Yes.
yes.
Sorry, no, I rolled willpower. Sorry. That's
Oh, what are you doing?
I know. I'm sorry. I got so it's nowhere near as impressive. That's an 11.
Okay.
Still okay.
So I think looking around, everything definitely is magic. But it's mostly garbage. Like it is mostly just like low level magical incantations, like things that like it's the level of just like shit rich people buy because they don't actually have style and they just think that buying stuff like gives them style. And so there are some things that are like older pieces of like culture or history, but
My hairbrush.
yeah we're not dealing yes, exactly, we're not dealing with like British museum levels
Leaves your
of,
hair
like, stealing
frizz
shit.
free.
We're not dealing with British museum levels of like stealing shit from other cultures that's like actually worthwhile. We're dealing with like the stuff the colleges haven't gotten from their archaeological digs because it just wasn't really that interesting. And so it seems like Y has a pretty like diversified investment. And nothing really seems all that worthwhile to take. I mean, you are more than welcome to take anything, but I think the biggest
I
thing
wasn't
you get
looking
is
to
just
steal.
yeah, the biggest thing you get is just this like, I don't know what most of this is. It's you know how sometimes you go to a museum and it's like a piece of bone that's carved in a way and they're like, we don't know what this was for. That is everything in this shop. And like
It's the Far Side cartoon of cow tools. It's just like,
Yeah.
we don't know.
yeah, like
What
9
are
times
these?
out of 10 it is just like a sewing needle or something. Like they're just like, oh, we don't fucking know what this is. But yes, that's the majority. And it is a little oh, uh-oh.
No.
Lose you. Oh, hold on. I'm coming back. 1 second.
All over my hands and I licked it off the other, and I was like,
We are live again.
Hello.
So everyone just heard that.
Hi,
Hi,
everyone.
everybody. Get your coffee today.
Sometimes
your
you gotta,
coffee.
sometimes
I'm
it gets
gonna
all over
clip
your
it.
hands and you just gotta lick it off.
I'm gonna clip it because I don't think what it was on stream.
Yeah, no, it
Just-
definitely wasn't.
What is it, guys? Find out on Patreon.
So just a little bit of creamer,
Oh my god.
But
It
yes,
wasn't.
okay, we're back. Life is good. So yes, you have a key.
Yeah, Taylor, what are you doing with all the stuff?
Oh yeah. So it's all this novelty rich people crap. Is there anything from
My speech.
home? I said there's all this other.
I mean, so if you would like for there to be, this is a Fabula point opportunity. If not,
Oh.
I don't think so. There's not a lot that would have
Okay.
like come from the Fey realm here. Like I don't know how to emphasize more that like this is junk and knickknacks. This is the fucking like porcelain cows you find in an antique store and you're like, wow, how is this 50 cents? I would pay a nickel for this.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's like the rich person version of that.
upcharging me.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the rich person version of like, this is a thing that no one actually needs, but like someone puts it on their counter or their like sideboard in their mansion and for a display piece.
It's got one of those novelty spoon like
Yeah.
curios.
No, Kinku. That seems like a you problem. Hello, everyone. We're back.
A Ken you got problem.
There you go. Kinku you problem. Yes. Hello, everybody. Yes, we're back. I think I've resolved my tech issues. Hopefully, I've resolved my tech issues. If not, blame
Just refreshing
AT&T.
Twitch. Yay! I can see us.
We're all here.
We did it.
Make some decisions. I don't know.
Make it
Now,
a biscuit.
watch us play a
Time.
restaurant sim for the next however
Yeah.
long.
This is fine. We can do this. This is.
Do we
you
get
know,
to do like a mini game to be able to afford the like renovations in each section of
Yeah.
the?
Heck yes. Put that Renault clock up on the clock tower.
Hmm.
We're gonna do it probably. We'll see how this goes. But yes, you have the key. You met with Y. He explained
Mhm.
that he was a little light on cash at the moment. Had a key for you instead or a deed for you to.
I think Colin, you're quiet.
Well, that seems like a.
At least
other
compared to
people
Haley.
problem.
Haley.
Which I'm always loud.
Yeah,
I'm
we'll just
sorry.
mute Haley.
Oh, whisper.
Anyway,
It's a
yes.
very
Hello.
different stream now.
Don't worry.
Yes, we are.
Going.
What are we doing? What the fuck are we doing?
Y is coming with us to the Wyvern to like show like
Sure. he
take a
can
look,
come with
take a
you.
gander at it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was me both asking and
And
potentially
also
forcing
giving
it.
us Reno money too.
Yes. Or at least like blah, 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 blah,
Open a tab
like,
with his contractors.
contacts. Yeah, call in some favors.
I mean,
Yeah.
You know
I
where to
know a
find
guy
him,
who knows
so-
a guy. Knows a
Maybe
third
we just
guy
get
who
a
knows a horse.
permanent discount on the renovations. That'll work.
All right. So yes, you make your way over to the Wyvern.
We get there. Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah.
Are we gonna rename it?
You can.
I reckon the wyvern
Uh,
sounds sick.
I
The
know it
Wyvern does.
but
It's a good
but it's-
name.
Okay.
So
Well, you gotta make a pitch if you want to. If you want a new
I wanna
name, you gotta
put-
make a pitch.
I don't. Okay, so here it is. Haley has forgotten the word for a describing word.
An adjective.
Is it an adjective? I think there's an adjective missing. That's all I have to say.
Yeah,
The
comes from the
wily
green dragon.
Wyvern.
Yeah, you need an adjective.
Yes, the screaming dragon. The displaced dragon. Wyvern. It's wyvern, isn't it? It's not dragon.
Well, it's Wyvern right
Never
now.
mind.
We can't call it bad dragon.
I was gonna say the bad dragon.
The bad Wyvern.
The bad
the,
wyvern.
the naughty Wyvern.
The wasted wyvern.
Get a couple of those
Mm,
vibrating.
that's got
beds in
alliteration. Yeah.
Alliteration is always fun.
No.
Alliteration's a key marketing tactic from the 0% of marketing that I know.
You
there.
are correct.
So as you make your way to the Wyvern, you.
There's a campaign that we're just like la la.
It's fine.
La,
There's
la,
not that
la.
much here to go off. It's all good. It's only 10 years of writing that I've been doing for this world. No worries.
You trusted
That's
us.
your
And that was your
problem.
first
Yeah,
mistake.
that was a problem.
Yeah.
It's all right. I'll just start kicking
Cake
people one
you
by one
problem.
until we have quorum.
No.
You find yourselves in a somewhat strange area. Not quite in the upper or lower boroughs, not quite in the artisanal blocks, but occupying sort of the liminal space on the edge of each of them. On one end of the street, there is a rundown shack that appears to have once been a blacksmith. On the other, a nice restaurant with some outdoor seating. So sort of the both sides of the world here. Of you're in the area that is like maybe in the middle of some gentrification, but in a good way. Like the good gentrification.
We're gonna set
that's
that
fine.
clock back
Yeah.
real hard.
The Wyvern itself is a moderately sized building, appearing from the outside to be about 4 stories. The entrance sits below an open-air deck connected to the second floor. As you approach, you can see that the building has seen better days, but still seems to be like, it's good bones, right? Some of the windows appear to maybe have been broken.
How old is it?
It's pretty old. Probably I mean, had Teddy like been to this area at the time, this building probably would have been in some form there.
Yeah,
shit.
Well, I mean, Teddy's been to the festival every year prior to when she got lost. So
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. Maybe Teddy has some knowledge of the Wyvern in the past. So yeah,
One of the
some
tables just says Teddy was here on the bottom of it.
Some of the windows do appear to have been broken out. There's a little bit of litter around the door, and from what you can tell, the inside is dark and unoccupied. But you have a key if you'd like to go inside.
Yes, please.
it actually took me a really long time. When you said he passed us a key, I like grabbed it out of the air jokingly, but then I actually sat
held it.
for way too
Yeah.
long holding the keys. Like, don't lose them. Open the front door.
All right. Through the entrance lies the main.
Is there a double door, please?
Yeah, of course. So actually, I'll say, Teddy, you specifically, this building is a little odd. It looks like it's been renovated. It looks like it's been added onto, but the sort of like core of the building, looks to maybe be like an old manor. Looks like this area maybe was like, someone up and coming trying to move into the upper boroughs, not like, a little bit on the outside of the upper boroughs, hoping that this area would be, nicer in the future. And just never really like took off too much, and has like maybe changed hands, changed uses over the course of some time. And so through the entrance lies the main tavern area. Clearly, whatever, like the last owner of this place was using it as a bar. The last renovation was to turn it into some sort of tavern/inn. A large bar sits towards the wall. There's a few empty bottles that line the nearby floor. It's pretty clear that people have like squatted here in the past, although the inside is relatively clean. You're not like dealing with a hoarder situation. Across from the bar, there's a door that most likely leads to the kitchen, and in the back of the room, a staircase leads to the second level. There's a few holes in the ceiling. Some of the boards have like maybe like fallen through. But again, none of this damage feels like irreparable like problems with the structure. It's just like, oh, you're gonna have to get a guy to like nail some boards up.
It's not the house from Home Alone 2. It's not destroyed.
Oh, it's a girl house.
No, you idiot.
What?
There's a
don't
Monster
know.
House reference. It's
I remember
the chandelier. It's like the
The
uvula.
chandelier and the walk-in.
Yeah,
Ah,
Oh,
the
it's a
uvula.
girl
It's a
house.
Girl.
that was such a good movie.
Yeah,
I was
I remember that now.
terrified of that movie. I don't like claymation stuff, except for Wallace and Gromit.
Let's say Wallace and Gromit. Classic.
I know they're
for
so good.
the inside, are there lights available, or do we have to make our own light?
Sorry, I was waiting for the door to close.
Oh, good.
There are like places where lanterns and candles could be hung or placed. You don't see any candles in and of itself. It has nice
Is there a
natural
cool like
light though.
chandelier on a pulley that you can like lower down and then light all the candles and
Yeah.
then pull it back up?
Yeah, absolutely.
Nice.
And it seems pretty clear that like the main bar area was, at the time that this was a manor, was probably like the serving room, right? Like if they had over guests, like
yeah.
this was the area. It has been very heavily
So-
renovated.
I sat for tea here once upon a time. How strange.
What was the vibe of the bar? Like, does it feel like a dive? Does it feel like a classy bar?
It's-
Like,
It's pretty clear that like though it's got some like bits that are run down now, whoever
Mhm.
invested to turn this from whatever it was before it was a tavern into a tavern spent some good money. Like it's got a nice inlaid wood bar, very clearly like well taken care of. It might need some restoration, but like it's got good bones. That's what we're saying. Like, across the board, just the building itself is pretty nicely made. Like whoever built the building did a good job with it. And then the people who have subsequently done renovations seemed to have done so in like knowing what they were doing and having taken care of the place.
Nice. This place is nicer than I would have been in, so upgrade.
I definitely, to go off of the chandelier thing, as the Haley was mentioning, just to make sure we have some light, I'll go over towards the wall and pray to the gods that the rope doesn't break, as I lower the chandelier so that I can cast fire, so that it can light all the candles.
Yeah, no worries. You get the chandelier lit. It's missing quite a few candles. People have like either burned them out or like there's enough that there's some nubs that you can get. It's also nicely like daylight, and you notice that like the building is built in such a way that like there's a lot of good natural light.
Okay. Well, at least the foundation seems to be all right. A lot of work to put into it, though.
Do you have favors to call in that could give this place the old scrub-a-dub once over clean up?
Of course. Yeah, we can definitely get it taken care of in that capacity. I can probably just have that. I've got favors I can call in. You won't have to pay for any of that. Further renovations might take a bit of coin, but to get it spick and span, we can do that quickly.
Well, one theory that we could discuss later is to see if the universities might be interested in lending us some coin.
Why would they do that, though?
Well, considering we, just like our little group, there are other people who are collegionaires who also work for the universities, people who can come and go outside of Ekman's Fall. Could be a tavern, inn, however you'd like to put it. That way there is constant influx of money coming in, both for us and the universities. So, just a thought. There's 4 stories of this, anyhow. So certainly lots of space for us and for guests.
Yeah, let's go check out the rooms upstairs and dibs them.
On it! And just like, running up the stairs.
I'm sorry, did?
No! My dress just flailing behind me.
I don't know
Dusting
why.
the stairs as you go up.
I had this image from Ghostbusters when he comes down the pole. This place has a pole? Did you see this? This is awesome. I can't wait to move in. Like, suddenly Ruins like it's a completely different energy now.
I had in my head, they're like, dibs! And they're just taking off like cheaper by the dozen. I shot in biggest room!
Yeah, it's like Ruin's got an inside ruin and an outside ruin, and this is the first time, like, because in a public inn is still like outside ruin.
Outside.
And so this now is private. So you're like, nah, isn't it? This is full true ruin. No masking.
Inner child is very happy.
Small amount of mask off happening. Yeah.
Yep.
Are you good?
So, climbing the stairs, you find yourself in a wide hallway, a door to either side of you. Down the hall lie 2 more doors, and then the staircase also continues up to the next floor.
Climbing to the top floor.
Okay. Cool. Yes, the 3rd floor, climbing the stairs once more, you find a landing area. Here you see 3 more doors. One in front of you, one on the left, and one to the right. And then there's a smaller staircase in the corner leading to what appears to be an attic.
Okay, probably not the attic.
I'll go to the attic.
Oh god.
I'm gonna swing open these 3 doors as quickly as possible and take my best guess.
Okay. So through
At a nice front-facing city room, city views.
So through the main door is a larger room, which is clearly meant to be the place that the tavern keep would sleep. On the far side of the room is a door that leads to a private bathroom. Saoirse, in the attic, so a small staircase opens into the attic. To your left lies a door, and the hallway in front of you veers ahead to the left.
I will check the door and then continue on.
Yep. Through the door, you find what probably would be like a small bedroom. It's a room. It doesn't have a bed in it, but it is about the same size as. Well, none of you have looked in the doors to the other rooms, but it's about the same size as many of the other bedrooms in this area. And then, did you say you were going around the hallway?
Yep.
The hallway opens into a small room, which is just the rest of the attic space, being dedicated to storage. It is just the upper floor is just an attic that has room for storing anything.
So hang on, so the attic has one bedroom and it's like an open floor plan?
Yes. So it's a hallway. It's a staircase that leads up to basically a hallway. The hallway veers off to the left and into a larger storage area. There's like a wall that separates the hallway from the storage area. On the other side is a door that has a small bedroom on the other side of it.
Cool, okay.
I think Ruin probably stopped in the first room and then heard everyone else keep going on. Oh shit! Like, pokes his head in and then quick runs up after. So I'll go into a different door on that third floor than what Teddy went in.
Okay, yeah. So there's two other doors on the third floor. Poking your head through the first of them, you find what I have labeled in here as bedroom number 4. Though none of you have looked in bedrooms 1, 2, or 3.
I looked in one.
You looked in one. Okay, yes. So yes, you see bedroom 1. Very similar room. It's about 20 feet by 15 feet. Would be the space that was being used as like a bedroom for the inn, likely. Prior, when it was a manor, would have just been a bedroom or a room. The other door, if you look through that, so if you like looked into the bedroom and looked elsewhere, is a larger room that seems to have many shelves lining the wall. The shelves are currently bare, but at one point probably would have been a great library. The corner of this room contains a small closet.
I feel like, in true anime style, I think Fiona would immediately pop up behind Ruin. My library senses are tingling.
Fiona, oh shit! Oh!
It's amazing, isn't it?
It's so great. Hi.
Who needs the bell more, Saoirse or Fiona?
Fiona at that point will like kind of scoot past Ruin to try and look at the library. Oh, this would be a wonderful private library for me. All the books I could put in here.
Plenty of space. I'll check the closet.
Just a closet, just like a small private closet for this room would be, whatever you would want to store when you were storing shit in a library. But yes.
To maximize the amount of rooms that are available, I could always just put a bed in here if we were to stay here.
That would get awkward if literally anyone else wanted to read a book, though.
Oh, we were to share the library with other people?
Well, we could. Are we sharing the library that is your room? In which case, we could. It's just open door policy to Fiona's room for the 4 of us. That's.
I don't see why not.
I really think you hit on Masura and you didn't know it. This is the only explanation.
Well, we're colleagues, all in one big group. Surely we would be able to share the resources and such.
Surely. Share resources freely amongst each other.
What's yours
Swapping
is
resources.
Mine, and what's mine is yours. We're not talking about books again, are we?
It's a bedroom, Fiona. It's people sleep.
Exactly.
I'll check the others, see if there's other bedrooms / bookshelves.
From the attic, you could practically hear Saoirse's eyes rolling.
That's great.
So, quick recap. From the top down, we have the attic storage space with a small bedroom on the top floor. One floor down, we have the study, another bedroom, the tavern keeper's bedroom, the larger, like, master room, and then the third floor landing. And then we haven't really explored the second floor. And the first floor was the bar, and then a door within the, like, main dining area that presumably led to, like, the kitchen. I think Teddy has looked in one room on the second floor.
I looked in one
Teddy's-
room on the second floor.
Yes. Oh no, Teddy's on the third floor. That's right.
Teddy went straight third floor.
Teddy went straight to the third floor. She hasn't checked any other room because she found the perfect room straight away.
She nailed it.
There was no need, no requirements. She doesn't need to check if it's the best because she believes it's the best.
I have found what
And
I am
so
looking
she-
for.
Yeah, and she immediately puts her dress down.
It's mine. I've laid claim to it.
I've claimed it by placing my dress upon it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
would
I'm
what are
gonna go
the...
look at the. I'm gonna go stand at the doorway and watch everyone else look at the rest of the rooms.
Perfect.
I'll go back down and
There's-
check the second floor rooms.
Okay. There's no like actual like anything in storage. It's just clearly a storage space. Like there's not old crates.
No, it
Nah,
seems
cool.
like it's probably
It's been cleared out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's some like shelves and maybe like a piece of paper or something that somebody missed, but nothing important. It's just mostly empty storage space.
All right.
Could easily renovate that space, change the small bedroom to a bathroom, and then the storage space to a bedroom, and just make that like a cool loft.
Shoddy.
Yeah,
It's already what Saoirse was thinking.
yeah, no.
Put in a couple of
you could do
skylights.
the cool ninja roof entrance. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, she'll come back down the stairs, like skipping 4 at a time. How she doesn't fall over and break her ankles and her neck is anyone's guess.
None of our business, honestly.
She can have whatever
just magic.
tenuous relationship with gravity she wants.
Mhm.
Considering the spell she's cast so far, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then she'll join the second floor and just like continue to snoop. Like she's made her mind, she knows what she wants, but she's like sussing out what other people want, and then wants to go back downstairs and see if there's like another basement or anything, because it seems a bit silly for all the storage to be in the attic when you've got the tavern downstairs. So like I want to suss out any secret
See how
hidey
big the kitchen
holes.
is.
Yeah, any like secrets, cellars.
Cool. Yeah. So second floor. There are 4 doors. One is the first bedroom that you looked into. The second one is a door that opens into a large L-shaped room. Windows overlooking the street below where you entered from. It appears to be like a common room. Probably like a smaller study or like a recreational lounge, depending on what the use case was for whatever the renovation was for this place. And then there's nothing like too crazy about the other ones. There's 2 other bedrooms on this floor. They're all about the same size as the other bedrooms. There are essentially 5 bedrooms in this building that are all about the same size, about 20 by 50.
The standard bedrooms.
Yeah.
What's the third bedroom on the third floor?
On the
The
third
third
floor,
room on the third floor?
there's the tavern keeper's bedroom, the like main bedroom.
Yeah.
There's the
Mhm.
bedroom number 4, which is just another 15 by 20 foot bedroom, and then
Okay.
a study.
And then the study is the library.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So that's what I got myself confused by, because I was just like, wait a second. So there is enough room for everyone to be on the third and attic.
And for you to have 4 rooms
Mhm.
below
Below.
for like people to
One
to
L
stay
shape
in for the
for-
inn if you want.
One private room for meetings, and then 3 bedrooms.
The business center for
The
meetings.
business-
Yeah.
We'll put a bunch of poker tables in there.
It's where they.
Yeah, I
take
was
the
actually thinking about
continental
taking the
breakfast.
one across from that, so that
Oh,
any
you
sort of
want to be downstairs?
well, post frivolity stumbling is a lot easier when there's no stairs in the way. So you just fall out of the party room and into the bedroom. Bam, easy.
That's true. I didn't think it was a party room. Is it big enough to be a party room?
It's pretty large. I mean, without any like furniture or anything in it, it is like pretty large. It would have been,
Okay.
you know, at the time that it was a manor, it probably would have accommodated like a 2-person couch, 2 chairs, and like a small table, and then like a sideboard against the wall. Like it's like
Okay,
clearly like a lounge area.
Yes. Okay.
I'm picturing it's like some bars have like the upstairs like pool room, like or
Yeah.
like darts board
my
and stuff
God.
like that. I'm picturing that
It's like a
kind
hotel.
of thing.
That's so cool. Yeah.
It
Perfect.
was like a pub we had back in Shep. It like the dining area became like the dance floor and everything, and upstairs you had like the getaway and the pool table and like a private bar and everything upstairs. It was very cool.
It was like downstairs was loud, upstairs you could go and it was a little bit quieter. Yeah.
Mm. So we'll make that lounge hireable, and when no one's hiring it, we use it.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
uh,
I love it. And you want to be across from that? All right.
on the main floor, Saoirse, looking around, there's the door to the main space, which is just sort of a large open floor plan room with the area for like tables and like the main bar, the bar itself, and then a door that leads to the kitchen and the pantry. If you go through that, the kitchen is relatively bare. All of the equipment has been stolen or sold long ago, and there isn't much left.
Oops.
There's a door that leads to the pantry, but inside there are a couple boxes, a few boxes of molded bread and cheese, and a few barrels of spoiled wine. Clearly, just things that were not worth taking or selling, and so just stayed. Make
Now we have
me
vinegar.
an insight roll here, Saoirse. It's red wine vinegar. Ready to go.
Perfect.
7.
Okay. Yeah. It's pretty musty in this room. The smell of like, as you're like looking in the boxes and like determining what's in them, the like dustiness and the moldiness of all the stuff sort of like overwhelms you. And I think that's about it. That's all you really see from there.
Smells like chair in his bed. Then I'll come back out.
That's pretty much the whole building. As far as you found so far, you can say.
And-
there's more for me to say.
Sorry, real quick, how far are we from the universities?
Somewhat far. It's not like
Okay.
close. I got logged out of my map, so 1 second. I don't know why it logged me out. Maybe because my internet died. You are about as far from the universities as you were at the barge rite. So it takes a little bit of time to get there. The thing about Eklund's Fall is that like the public transit is good enough that it doesn't take you that long to get anywhere, as long as you have access to a train.
And there's obviously a station quite close by.
Yes. Yeah, you are like actually sort of right on top of one of the train line areas.
Oh, nice.
Like it's just a little bit of ways from you.
Perfect.
But we're far enough that you can't like hear it, like it's not
Yeah.
good location,
the
easy
trains
access
are
to
not
public
that
transport, but
loud.
that's so close.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Oh, because they glide, don't they? Like
They also,
slightly
yeah, they're
lower?
they're like
They're
mag
maglev.
trains.
Yeah, cool. Okay.
They've just got CDs of the metal on metal screeching so that people don't get too slow.
Just for some nostalgia.
Yeah.
That is, by the way, one of the worst parts of driving electric is when you're just in like a parking lot and you can tell the person like just walking in between lanes is just like doesn't know there's a car there. And it's just like, oh, I'm gonna have to honk at you. And
I've
it's
done
gonna
that
be
before.
so loud.
I've just
Run
been
'em over.
walking and then realized that there's just like I like heard like the crunching of tire wheels on like thing. That's what got me, and I was like,
Mhm.
oh fuck.
It's just a massive, silently moving thing with just a person just like, please move. Please
Yeah.
pick a side.
No.
No. Well, now I get to run you over. I've given you
Yeah.
a chance.
Yeah, of course.
All right. Not to go down there too overeager, but this place is pretty dope. I feel like this is a good deal. Yeah.
I think that is. I think this is going to be a great idea.
At the very least, if we absolutely fail at running a tavern or whatever we turn this into, it costs us nothing. So cool.
And I have absolutely 0 other places to go right now. So this is it.
And you enjoy cooking and all that sort of stuff. It's got no equipment downstairs, but
Yet.
the pantry's pretty big.
Ooh. All right, that is good to hear. Actually, I should go check. Will you show me where the kitchen is?
Of course. I'll be like, hold out my elbow.
What a beautiful escort, and I will travel down the stairs to
Skips.
Saoirse. Teddy doesn't, so she's just being like,
Oh
Yeah.
no.
Saoirse's not going so fast that you can't keep up, but like she's deliberately like held her arm out enough for Teddy to hook it, but left it like loose enough that as she swings and bounces, she's not like ripping your shoulder out of place. But there's still that like, yeah, it's more just like emotion that you feel like bumping. It's not like ugh. She's clearly been told off by people before doing this. Like, be gentle.
gentle.
Gentle. Good girl.
All you can say at a time like this, gently.
All right. What equipment is there in the kitchen?
Just me making a shitload like references that no, fuck it, it's the Princess Bride. Gently.
I got it.
There is like very little in the kitchen. There's like
Okay.
the appliances, so to speak, that you would have. Though they seem pretty old. Like you don't have. There's like more modern technology. There's not one of those dishwashers that you found at the other, like the barge right and like that kind of stuff. There's like.
Oh, I
the
know how to
place-
use every single one of these appliances. Just
the
like-
place that like the wood-fired stove would go is there, and like that all kind of exists. But there's not like
Yes.
kitchen gear that you can really find.
That's fine. I have it all on me, and I just whip out an entire kitchen's worth of utensils.
Cookie sheet with a bullet hole in it.
Yes. I do need to get that fixed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, I guess we're gonna nonchalantly accept this, but also make it feel like he owes us a lot still
You gotta help us
for
fix
taking
this
this
place
off
up.
your hands. Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
You owe us for taking this off your hands. It's a big project.
Yeah, I mean, all the supporting beams need sanding and painting. The candles need to be replaced. The kitchen is barren.
It's a full restock.
We need furniture. Like, you've given us a shell.
But it is beautiful. I will admit that.
You just
It has
hear like
potential.
the distant voice of Fiona. The library is perfect. I can fit so many books.
Just covering Wise ears, like nothing.
Stomping noises between the two rooms. There's so much room for activities.
So much room for activities.
I can put my globe in the corner, and then the
Now,
stack of
there-
scrolls I
okay.
have.
Quickly. What are you sure that there wasn't 5 doors on the floors for the bathroom for the rest of the rooms, or how does that work?
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
Or do I have the only bathroom, and so
No, so I guess I didn't cover it. Like there are like
closet
there is
doors and
there's a restroom like on the main floor, and then there's like a more like generalized bathroom area like on the second floor, and each room has like each of the like in rooms has all of the like space you would need for closets and like all of that kind of stuff.
okay, cool.
Nice. These are nice in rooms. They're not just
Yeah.
like,
Right.
here's a box with a bed. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Just wanted to make sure that there was actually.
Yeah.
And we're gonna put a bathroom up in the attic for Saoirse.
I'd be okay with like a little, just a little something to freshen up. I don't need like a 6-person spa.
I like picture this like you know those braided like bungee cord fucking things where like people braid like an entire section of a 2-story house, and so you can climb and be like high but you
Oh.
can still see through it. That's what for some reason I picture that entire attic.
Oh yeah.
Layer upon layer of like they do it in between trees and stuff like that.
Yeah, they have it in like play zones, like
Yes.
Yeah.
not gonna make any sense.
Yes.
Like ton of fun and Giggle Kids and all of that.
Mhm.
They had like all that mesh. Yeah.
There's like big
Fun
like
and
rope
giggles.
spider nets.
Yes, exactly. Because for some
Spider
reason I
net,
picture the
spider
top of
web.
this building having like big triangle like
Mm,
roof.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but and if not, then we get a rooftop. So either way, I win.
Yeah. Either way, we win.
Colin, tell us about the roofs in Eklund's Fall.
Yeah, whatever you want them to be. I mean, this is up to you.
Whatever you want to be. Well, then we have a flat roof because
Yes.
getting
Rooftop.
drunk and looking out the roof, even if we don't use it commercially, just you gotta have the like. I'm now thinking of like every 90s sitcom that like functioned around an apartment building
Yes.
and like, let's go to the roof and like,
Well, they're already on the
Yes.
second floor. There's already a balcony that covers the
Mhm.
entrance. Outdoor for the patrons.
you're right.
This can be
Bingo.
our private upstairs.
Mhm.
So we need to then, where the hallway is, we need to figure out a way to get up without having to go into Saoirse's room. So when we do the renovation, that's the only
Yeah.
thing we need to add.
Well,
Rooftop
Saoirse has a
access.
bedroom on the 4th floor. There's a bedroom and an attic storage space. So
Yeah, but it's so small.
that's fair.
I guess so.
I see you hard at work with those clocks, Conlin, on the
No.
screen.
Oh no. Oh. I was wondering what Colin was working on.
Oh
Ooh,
no,
the
one says the
repairs.
Wyvern something, and I can't read the other one.
Repairs. I can't
Teddy's
go-
kitchen help.
Oh, nice. Oh, look at that.
So yeah, do we want to change the name? I mean, the Wyvern's pretty good. It's solid. It's a good place to start. Is there any pitches for something else? The slippery ooze.
Wyverns are a known monster or beast or something in Caerwyn. Okay. Are they known to be
Ooh.
like ferocious, or are they like? Could we turn it upside down? If this is going to be like a cozy place where people can just come and chill, or are we doing it like a little bit high end? Like, do we just like the cozy wyvern, or like I don't know, not that specifically, but like
Just noticed the
Does that make
overlay
sense?
has the clocks on it. That's so cool.
Yeah, that's
love
what I
that.
was doing. I was.
Nice.
I mean, we can think on it.
It's a D&D thing, but sprung to mind Displacer Rest. So Displacer Beast.
We've got Wyvern's Roost.
Ooh, yes. Roost
Wyvern
is a good
Hole.
word. Wyvern hole or hall?
Hall.
Hall.
It's
I like hole.
that's hard. The Wandering Wyvern.
The
Wyvern's
Wyvern's
Rest.
Hole.
The dress.
Oh,
I do
God.
like I do
the
like
Wyvern's
Wyvern's
Rest.
Roost.
Wyvern's Roost is pretty good.
Do wyverns roost or do they nest?
I think they can do either.
Fiona, do you know? You're
Do I know? Can I do an insight? For
Yeah,
shits
no,
and
they
gigs?
they roost. They do both. They have a nest that is a roost. It's their wyverns in Caerwyn are like vaguely related to dragons, but more common and less. They're the same like delineation that like humans to elves have, like wyverns are to dragons, where like they're a different version of kind of the same thing.
Do they have like a massive hoard of jewels and gold and whatnot?
Some do. I mean, that's there's questions. Are any of you dragonologists? That's the real question.
Nope.
The
There would be
wyvern
no-
and crown.
There are none of them in the Fey realm, are there?
Not that you know of.
Cool. Then I'm clueless.
It's interchangeable. Nest, roost, it's potato.
never had a potato.
I've never had a potato.
Clamato.
I've heard of tomatoes, and then I've also heard of tomatoes.
So-
Not potatoes.
Not tomatoes?
Arnartos.
There's no R.
Arnart.
Yeah, there's tomatoes.
Arnardos.
Really, you chucked an extra. You chucked an extra hard R in that tomato.
I did.
Yikes.
Look, I say
Well,
tomato.
It's been a good
It's a tomato.
7 episodes, folks.
It's a DEI tato.
All right. Back on track as much as I can. What
Roasted milk.
enjoy. Yeah. So yeah, you've explored the wyvern. You're free to rename it if you'd like at any time. It is your building if you take it. Y is just kind
We're
of sitting at the
taking it.
bar waiting for you.
We have to look into him the
Council
whole
approval
time.
to change its name.
I have no idea how that works. But
Just rename it.
yeah, I mean, this feels like exchange completed.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I am so glad to hear that. I will get the deed signed over to you, and the building is yours. If you need anything, obviously favors, anything like that, I'll get my crew in here to clean it up. If you want to spend one more night at the barge right where you are, it should be ready in the morning. I'll get them over here right away.
Sounds great.
Okie dokie.
Now we can discuss that information you were after.
Yeah, and
Yes.
let's agree on a price you can pay.
Yeah.
I mean, I can definitely supply some pence for a little bit of information, though I think in the interest of the safety of the city, it might be worth sharing.
Okay, so
Biggest eye roll there ever it was.
appealing to altruism is one thing, that's for sure. Who are you to be altruistic? I mean, we just don't know you.
Oh, I see you've already heard my name. My attempts at subterfuge were not that great. But yes, I'm Yosi. I'm a dabbler, let's say. I work in various industries. You've seen my shop. I spend a lot of time trying to acquire items of various potential for sales. And then outside of that, I do some freelancing work contractually for the colleges, and I find things for them oftentimes, or people for them, and you know, hook them up with odd jobs. Sort of a middleman. In a more criminal sense, people might call me a fixer, but I don't dabble much in the criminal realms.
So when you say you find people, you couldn't find Missoura?
No, as in I found you to find her. I find people with potential that might be good for jobs that other people need done. In this case, I needed a job done, and really needed it done quickly. I do apologize for the deception around payment, but I didn't have time to negotiate.
Fiona will start coming down the stairs at that point, realizing she's been in the library probably a little too long. She's in
That
a
has
realm.
empty
She's happy.
shelves.
Just imagining the shelves
Entirely
full,
blank.
though.
Yeah.
Just
Oh, yeah.
imagining, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She's been in her mind palace, like just like taking books off, like imagining them and then putting them back.
She's a happy clam, okay?
I love it.
I
Little
figured
nerd.
the
I believe-
price was a little too much for a simple rescue.
Well,
I believe that this
yes.
relationship is going to be advantageous anyway.
Yeah, I mean, we did get a building, and it's a nice building, so it's not nothing. What would you do with the information that we got? I mean, the irony here is you could just ask your friend. She probably knows a decent amount.
So as I said, I frequently am a middleman. Masura, while we have had dealings in the past, friend might be an over-exaggeration. I know her, she knows me. She works for the colleges, though, and they can be quite stingy with information. I was hoping to get it directly from the horse's mouth, as it were.
Okay, that's illuminating. What would you do with the information?
Well, it depends on what the information is. Depending on what's going on at the docks, I might modify some of my business plans moving forward. I might also pass the information along to relevant parties. Like I said, I know quite a lot of people and would be more than advantageous for the city to continue running in its traditional manner, and if someone needs that information to make that happen, I would pass it along.
Who's to say you wouldn't be willing to donate that money to the highest bidder? Not necessarily for the safety of the city.
Well, oftentimes in Eklund's Fall, the highest bidder is the one concerned with the safety of the city, whether it's the colleges or the crime syndicates or the Empire. All three have a vested interest in maintaining the status quo. The information likely isn't worth much other than being early to the punch, so it were. I've got sources that will eventually illuminate who and what is going on at the docks, but anything that you can provide would help that happen faster.
We also may have a little bit of a head start on infiltration, and Ruin's just gonna like give a little elbow over to Miss Buttersby.
Yes, I have my initiation in a few days. I say casually while checking my nails.
Oh, well, that is quite interesting indeed.
Yeah.
You still haven't told me who is working the docks.
Oh yes, the Steel Kings.
Yes, they have been a bit of a problem lately.
I do believe they're planning the end of the world.
I've heard some rumblings of similar rumors myself. Sort of came out of nowhere and have been shaking things up on the established turf of the city.
The last 30 days.
Something like that.
More than that.
A little longer than that, I think. But certainly have really made a name for themselves in the last 30 days.
Just like gently tug on Ruin's arm. And then, like, just
Do we tell him about the warehouse that we couldn't get into?
Maybe. If we prove ourselves that we already know enough, then maybe we get first dibs at the job that does pay more because the colleges or somebody's going to be invested in it. Maybe as a, I'll include you in that thought. Maybe as a sort of mending of the pence-shaped fences, you could think of us first when you're fixing up whoever needs to go and fix things with these Steel Kings, assuming someone's going to pay you to do that.
Oh, certainly. I was actually hoping that you would be into an arrangement there. I have been following you all for a bit now, since I keep an eye on all of the new registrations of Collegionaires for potentially interesting groups, and you all sparked my interest. I saw a bit of what you did with the spires, and heard a little bit of the rumors around you helping to clear the adversaries that stumbled from them. So clearly capable, and I'm very much in the business of maintaining good relationships with capable people.
Was he in the Collegionaire's office when we went to go get our cards?
No, he. I mean, you can ask how he would know anything about the what the Collegionnaires do. He was not just like hovering and like watching people go in, but.
No, Conlon, no!
Oh, Conlon,
I'm
no.
here.
There you are.
I can still hear you. I think I just got choppy for a second there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know if you heard what I said. He was not
I
there.
heard like bits and pieces,
Okay.
yeah.
You can ask.
He was
him,
just
though.
in the corner with a magazine, like
Yeah.
holes cut out.
Cutouts, yeah.
In a trench coat with a fedora hat.
You want to buy some sundials? My turn for obscure references.
That was a good one.
I liked it.
Sounds...
Oh, go on.
No, I was just gonna say sounds good to me. Do you want to share what you know about the stuff?
Oh. And Sasha will relay about the enchanted warehouse.
Warehouse number 3.
The spooky warehouse.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. That definitely speaks to them having a bit more capability than I originally had thought. Seems their recruitment has reached into some fairly powerful mages. It certainly does make things interesting.
It certainly
Fiona-
was. Oh, sorry.
No, and Fiona, they just let you in the door because you know magic, right?
Mm-hmm. It wasn't that hard for me to sneak in.
I had to punch a guy.
We have heard that they are aggressively recruiting, looking for new members who are sympathetic to the cause, and I've heard rumors as well that they are recruiting magicians and tutors from the colleges for some purpose. It's not unheard of for the colleges to have dealings with the criminal underbelly of the city, but it does seem aggressive in the way that the Steel Kings are doing it.
It's almost like they're on a timeline that they don't care about burning bridges.
Does seem likely.
So, because of the complexity and the power of the enchantment, I am not able to break through. So, do you have anything that could help with that, or know anyone?
Possibly. You've given me lots to think about here. there's more information that you'd like to share, I will factor that in here, but I'm starting to put together a bit of a plan, perhaps some people who might be interested in getting to know you. This might take some time to put together, but I think we have a good opportunity to see what the Steel Kings are doing and potentially put a stop to it if it is as nefarious as they seem to be working towards.
We might find more once Miss Buttersby is initiated, assuming that is a process that is survivable and okay.
I mean, if it wasn't entirely survivable, there wouldn't be any there, so.
No, I'm just like, what if they make you do some sort of crazy battle royale thing? Well, I guess then you just kick a bunch of ass and then you're fine. So, I mean,
Yeah.
probably okay.
Yes, and I mean, I did ask that there was no, like, leveling done, if that makes sense. Everyone starts low, so I don't think it's going to be... I feel like if I did some gladiatorial beat everybody to get... there would be some sort of ranking system then, right? So...
Unless
I
it's
don't
just
think-
like 10 schlups enter, only 2 schlups that we keep remain. Something like that. I don't know.
Well, then I better be part of the 2, I guess.
If I were running some sort of like weird nihilistic death cult crime ring, I might do something like that.
That's true.
Yeah, they don't seem to care about them dying.
We will find out. Should I not go? Is this where this is going?
No, I think if you're gonna go, I think go in expecting cloak and dagger, not sunshine and rainbows.
No, of course. I did make a commitment, so I'm going to go, but it'll be fine.
I already told them I was going.
We
They
could
have it on their
also-
calendars.
Yes.
They're
They're relying
expecting
on me.
me.
I
They're expecting me.
RSVP'd. It would be rude if I did a no-show. You know how long a letter takes to get there?
Yeah.
We can
Yeah.
also get more information while we wait for the... I nearly said something else. We wait for the initiation is what I'm looking for. We can go and talk to the Beastkin again. Or just the
Masura.
university in general.
Masura.
It's-
Why? The university seems more like...
Did Haley say?
Nothing. I
No,
read
don't
the
worry about
comment
it.
on the chat, so it doesn't. I didn't say shit.
I can't see the chat, and it's actually killing me.
You don't need to see it.
Don't
Like,
worry.
I don't have the option. It's not anyway. Like, is it just me, or do the universities seem to have their fingers in pies that aren't necessarily just education?
I mean, yeah, a lot of things
Yeah.
get run through them. Like the wild is centered out of there. Like,
Shouldn't they have their own HQ?
Do you think my family donated for education? No.
didn't?
No, it's the fun experiments they were doing on all the students.
yeah. Yeah.
My internet seems fine. Like, obviously, I'm talking with you all. It's doing fine. Okay, there we go. It looks like it's back.
We're back.
Hey.
Well, let's we'll head towards wrapping up here is a bit because my internet seems to be mad. But yes. I don't even know what was happening. I need to just sort out my internet at some point. But yes, you were talking about potential to investigate the Steel Kings a bit more. Talk to them instead of... Oh, you were talking about the colleges and them dabbling, having their hands in various pies.
Yes.
Full hand.
Being involved, yeah, just
Five-
being involved in
Five-hole.
other 5-hole. Being involved
Many
in
pies,
things, not just
many hands.
education. Yeah, because they basically like, as an image of what this society looks like, they're
We run
centered
this
around
bitch.
the study of magic, but it's like, well, the study of magic is also like the study of this world's equivalent of weapons of mass destruction and like militarized forces and spy games and like, so it's like it's all branches of like a complex government that are sort of like have forward faces that are colleges.
Exactly. Yes, they are. Man, I can't even think of like a good like comparison to the real world for this, but there's the Empire, which is headed up by the High King, who is like the de facto government, but the High King is like the main leading person for the Givers College, and so like the Hand, which is the 5 people who are the 4 other people who make up like the governing body of the Empire, are all of the other heads of the colleges. So they are the government and are also this like sort of weird educational entity.
It's like a lot of the universities in Boston here, because you have like Harvard that owns a lot of the land, and then they're business renters where they give the land towards other people to rent, and then they have their labs for business and government affairs and all the other fun stuff and research and math.
Okay.
I will not say any names, but I went to school at a place where I was part of a program that like recruited heavily into government, and our department head over like our little gaggle of grad students would just occasionally send us the most fucking organized crime emails in the world and just be like, please send me your shopping lists. I need to spend $25,000 in $5,000 increments by next Wednesday. And I'd just be like, what the fuck are you doing, my dude? We're not making meth. We're a bunch of programmers. What are you doing? Yeah, that's how we ended up buying way too many graphics cards and building like the second biggest password cracker in the nation.
We love it.
It was great. It was fun.
Damn.
Like, do you have 2 password crackers for 2 locks for the door?
Jesus, banned, bonk. Boo, boo.
I had a thought and then it left. That train departed the station without me boarding it.
Oh no.
Hate it when you miss out on a train.
Yeah. There's a joke there and I don't get it.
So does Y have another
Choo
job for
choo
us?
woo.
Not yet.
He's gonna
Oh.
put
he
together a
basically-
plan and then let us know.
Yeah, he told you he needed to do a little bit more digging and like figuring out what was going on exactly. Yes.
So yeah, in the meantime, we have the Wyvern to renovate and any other stuff we want to do, theoretically, until we get Gerb from Yossi?
Yozi, yeah.
Yozi. That's what it is.
Y-O-S-I.
We got a lot of ZS's, and that's
Yeah.
throwing me off. When I look at my notes, I'm like, it's not Yoshi. That's what is
No.
this man's name?
Ha!
Waha! Time to phonetically spell that. Cool.
So now are we going to go to the university so that Fiona can speak with Misura and get to the bottom of why she's so familiar and if Fiona led her on?
Yeah, we need to solve this. We need to figure out if this is ships in the
why
night.
you all believe I led her on.
You invited us into your not even your bedroom yet, just under the guise of like, yeah, come on in. Who knows if how well clothed I am, but please come finger thy pages of books and do that. Like, come on in. Open door policy. Who knows?
Well, it is an open door policy, especially at the university. I
Any
have to
port and
share a
store.
room with several other people.
With how many?
Well, I currently have 4 roommates. It's not unfamiliar.
Joshua does like a quick count, and I was just like, but there's 3 of us. And there's like, oh no, actually, like boarding. Never
Yeah.
mind.
You know what? I kind of just want to see how this plays out, but why else did we need to go there?
I don't think there was any other reason other than just
Just
we
to,
wanted to look up some more things.
yes, and also something to pass the time while they clean up this place.
Mhm. Yeah, maybe we could do some wyvern research and figure out some good names to go with it, or other
Or
names
we could go get
entirely.
some color swatches.
I don't know if they would have color swatches at the university, but I've been surprised before. We should be able to
Doesn't
look.
have to be at the
There's-
university.
There's got to be a
I'm gonna
color
get-
swatches class.
I'm gonna get Y to ship my entire bedroom set that
Everything that's in the ledger from the estate sale of the Buttersby, just like just ship that over. You owe me.
Excuse me, this is mine.
yes, it is mine.
And this is mine, and this is mine.
Mhm.
To the library.
Cool. Yeah. So you, I'll say, kind of hand wavy. You get the deed signed for the wyvern. Yosi is gonna get his guys over. He told you that it would be ready the next day. So you've one more night in the barge right before the
Teddy's got
wyvern
one more
is-
night at the barge right to finish up that clock.
You can always go back and work there. Like you're open employment. Just they'll
I've
pay
got
you
my,
now.
I know, but I have my own business now.
It's true. So okay, cool. Headed to the colleges for some research / love life in-depthening.
It's not a love life.
Not that we know of.
Fabula point, yes
not
it is.
that-
Yeah,
not that Fiona knows.
We
Uh,
loaded up our Fabula Point trolling shotguns.
Oh god damn it.
I still have 3 of them.
Jesus Christ.
So yeah, we will sort of we can kind of hand wave whatever happens there as like our next sort of like rest scene. There's nothing. I don't have any like encounters planned or anything like that. If there's anything specific that we want to do, I'll say basically we are at like you're right there, Taylor.
Yeah.
A big face.
The fuck happened to what happened to the assistant? Did he pick up anything while we were scouting?
I was thinking about that, but we didn't say anything in the moment.
Completely
Didn't
forgot
get
about
any
him.
pings.
But
No.
also, I don't think we want to let Yossi know about the assistant just yet. If
No.
he
Oh,
doesn't
no,
already know.
So yeah, basically to give the unceremonious, like we're kind of at the end of the session here, but since I'm going to be gone next week, I want to take a couple minutes basically to let everybody know where we're going in the next couple weeks, so you can all think about this. Is I'll be gone next week, so whatever's going on next week, you all are in charge of that.
Oh god.
Stay
You're putting
tuned.
us in charge?
Yes. I'm going to put Taylor in
Oh,
charge.
no.
Taylor, it's your turn. You run a game. Good luck.
I was gonna mention after the game is over, Taylor, you're the only one of the 5 of us that hasn't GM'd on a
Yeah.
Wednesday. I think it's time.
It's time.
No
Um,
comment,
Okay.
you were saying.
Yes. So, basically, coming back, as I told you all at the beginning of this we will be taking a 6-month gap in the game world at some point. We're coming up on that time. So, I have
Okay.
basically something generally planned for the next session, potentially rolling into one after that. But basically, all you have right now, other than any personal life stuff that your characters would be doing, and upgrades. Basically, it is upgrades to the wyvern. It's work on the wyvern. It's the one little thing that I have planned, sort of in that vein, and we will be rolling into. I think the way that this is going to work is it's going to be a 3-month time skip, in which the wyvern, anything that we want to do to the wyvern, will be sort of like worked on. We'll do some like fun rest scenes as that like longer rest is happening. Anything anybody wants to like call out there. We will then have like a session of an event, sort of skipping ahead. Like we're basically in the wait and see what happens with the Steel Kings phase of things happening. And so you all now have a place to stay in the city and are sort of on the payroll for when and if the Steel Kings become a bigger problem that Yosi wants to do something about, and will bring you in. So I have something planned for that, about 3 months, and then it'll be like 3 in-game months, a little bit more after that, and then we'll like jump back into the like heavy, here's what's happening with the Steel Kings story, if that makes sense for everybody. But yes, so be thinking about any like downtime, rest scene things you want to do, anything that you would be doing in the time that you'll be just sort of like in and around Eklund's Fall. We'll have, and for clarity, those will be like we'll do like one session that is the first 3-month break, the little like mission-y thing that we have in the middle of that, and then one session that is like the next 3-month break, and then we'll be like right back into the game. But basically just establishing some time for your characters to get to know each other, establishing some time to like get you settled in the world, so you're not just like vagabonds who have never really worked together and haven't, done anything fun. So that was a lot of information, but just to let everybody know, that's the cool thing about Fabula Ultima, is that it has a lot of like downtime stuff kind of just built into it, that you can just very easily say like, you're taking a downtime scene, and like it's a long, like it can be any amount of time, which is really cool. So
Conlon.
yes,
do we get to level up?
You guys have leveled up like 4 times.
We have, yeah. I actually didn't spend my last level up because I'm debating on what I want to put it in.
But yeah, these will basically be the same as any other session. It will just be over the span of time that is like 3 months, and then another 3-month span of time. So,
Gotcha.
Yeah, be thinking about what you might be working on. If there's like, I'm gonna figure out how I want to do the project of you all working on the Wyvern in that time, and like what you want to do to it. But generally, be sending me, thoughts, things that you've got there. Thank you all for sending me your character's biggest fears. Those definitely aren't something I'm working with at all, so don't worry about that.
Of course it's not,
Monster.
you bastard.
But yeah, if that all sounds good to everyone, until next time, are you all ready for more tales?
Always!
All right, stick
We
around
gotta
for a raid,
raid,
everybody. And we will not be back here next week with this, but we will be back the week after that with more Fabula Ultima. Check in next week for whatever the fuck we're doing as Taylor DMs something.
Join us next week
100%
as we
what's gonna happen.
Shanghai Taylor to GMing something.
Yes.
What the heck am I gonna do? Holy moly.
All right,
Like, I've
everybody.
had things planned and prepped, but they've been for other things with everyone involved. So
Time to prep us.
Yeah. All right. Stick around for the raid, everybody. We will see you all next week. I won't see you next week. They'll see you all next week.